Hello, I think we're live. I hope we're live. I'm just setting this up for the very first time, so give me a moment. And I'm going to check if you guys can see me. Hey, Nevio, how you doing? So Nevio's there. He can see me in the comments. I can see him in the comments. All right, here we go. Welcome to the Sunday Session Live. This is the very first one of its kind that we're doing. I'm so excited to be here. A little bit nervous because I've never really done anything like this on my own. But I am going to share with you some cool things for today. So, apart from the viewers' questions that we've had coming in over the week through all the YouTube videos, I was going to share with you some ideas and some thoughts on some rubber band magic. Because it was some good and interesting feedback from the last tutorial. And some people saying that they didn't feel it was as practical as it could be. So I thought I'd share with you some of the more practical rubber band things that I perform and that I do as they're like my 10,000 hour effects. And so that's what we're gonna sort of make the meat and bones of this video about. And then in about half an hour time, we're gonna call in a very special guest. And providing that there's no technical difficulties, then I think you'll be very excited to see who it is. Yo, what's going on? We got Nathan in the chat there with the Abraxas. Yo, what's going on, Nathan? If you guys haven't seen Nathan Lindley's videos on YouTube before, then I think you should go and subscribe to his channel right now. He's at the minute one of my favorite YouTubers with anything magic related. He's just got great advice, great feedback, great tutorials on like mentalism, but also his style, the way he talks, the way he speaks to people, and the way he films and edits is just like, it makes my soul warm, and I'm all about that. So if you guys haven't checked out Abraxas' YouTube channel, then do so. We got Thomas H. Sup, Lloyd? I love Cognito. I love you. Don't be nervous. You're too cute. Thanks, man. Oh, thanks for the love. I'm a bit nervous because there's no going back on a live. Like, if I screw up here, then you're going to see it in all its glory. So let's just embrace that. We got Jan Hendricks. Menches. Hello from Hamburg, Germany. Best. Oh, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in, dude. I love Germany. I've been to Berlin a couple of times doing some work with Tobias Dostel, and I always have, and Moritz Mueller as well. We always have the craziest times over there. I remember one time in Berlin, we were supposed to go filming, me and Toby, and we ended up partying till, we thought it was like 1 a.m., but we were in this sort of club with like no windows, and when we came out of the door to go film, it was like 8 a.m. the next morning, and we had a shoot in about 45 minutes, and we were a bit worse for wear. We got Reed Ferry. What's up, Lloyd? What's up, Reed? How you doing, buddy? Nevio. Hey, Lloyd, when will you be on the Murphy's Discord again? I will be on the Murphy's Discord coming up, I think probably next week sometime. It's been Christmas over here, so I took from the week before Christmas, the Friday before Christmas, up until Tuesday, completely like off. So, because it's a bank holiday tomorrow. So I'll be jumping on the Murphy stuff coming up on sometime next week. Just gonna get back into the grind and check however many emails I've received and get back on top of things. We've got Luke Osland. Yo, hey bro, you were on the front page of my YouTube on the TV. So you're on the TV. That's pretty cool. Hey mom, I'm on TV. Oh, by the way, guys, Luke Osland. Luke, leave a link to your subscription service in the description below, because Luke has one of the best magic membership sites for magic on the internet. It's all basically what Luke specializes in is social media visual magic. So if you guys are ever like stuck for an idea for what to post on your social media, then Luke Osland, it's called Ozy Fans, which is a perfect name, is the guy you need to get in touch with and need to be on his membership to learn like incredible visual magic, and it's just there like ready and waiting for you every week. All right. Abraxas, oh man, you're too kind. I love you, bro. If you were here, I'd be something you. I'm gonna assume that says bone. I don't know. Luke, I know you've been to. Did you been to Berlin to work with Toby, Luke? Oh, Craig Pay. Love the on-air sign in the background. What's up, dude? What's up, Craig? I love Craig. You know, me and Craig have become like soulmates this past year. And stick around till 5:30 regarding Craig Petty. You might see what's happening. Steve Hassing. Hey there, Happy New Year. Happy New Year back to you, Steve. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Create Magic. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's okay. Nevio, I'd love to see you again in the jam. I would love to jam too, man. I do actually miss the Murphy's Discord jams. It seems so hard at the minute. Just finding time, having a kid, creating magic, working on projects, consulting on certain things behind the scenes, and everything else in between. But I will jump on there, and we'll have a really good long jam session and a catch up with everyone. Diego Babel, greetings from Spain. What's up from Spain, man? I love Spain. Nemed Phoenix. There's a Welsh guy on my laptop. You should probably close Pornhub then, Nemed, if that's what gets you going. Luke Ozzy, you lovely boy. Thanks for the plug. Nah, mate, the legal drinking age in Germany is 16, so when me and my mates were 17, we went. I would expect nothing less from you, Luke. You legend. All right, Create Magic. Awesome podcast you and Craig do. Been loving the no holds bar of it. Yeah, so that's one of the things actually that Mark Elsden featured in his end of year sort of write up. He does a list of like his 21 favorite things each year, and he featured mine and Craig's podcast in there. As well as, I can't remember, he put something, he messaged me and said, congratulations, I was the only guy that made it twice. But the podcast was in there. I love seeing the recognition, especially from someone like Mark, who's like an idol of mine, somebody like I really look up to and respect. So the podcast is a funny thing. Craig phones me up one day. I'll tell you guys about it. We'd been to the London Magic Convention, and obviously, like, we just got on like a house on fire. And up until the London Magic Convention, we would have these phone calls that would go on for like 6 hours. And a lot of it would be talking new ideas, projects that we're going to be working on. And then like the other half of the phone calls would just be me and Craig just talking open, completely candidly about the magic world. And it'd be interesting because normally when you speak to your friends, it's an echo chamber. But sometimes we wouldn't always... It would create interesting conversations or inspiring conversations as opposed to being like, oh, that's cool, agreeing with everything. It was like, I think what me and Craig found was that we have actually like interesting, challenging conversations. And so we went to the London Magic Convention. We met up there on the day after we would drive. I was driving home. He was already home in the car, and he said, "Do you want to start a magic podcast together?" And I was like, "Fuck yes, I do," because it's basically everything that we talk about on a phone call, and you guys get to hear it unfiltered. There's not really anything at all that we don't say. And it's quite a breath of fresh air because there's so many good magic podcasts out there. Magic great ones like the Magician's Advice podcast, and now like one of my favorite ones at the minute is it's more like an audio reading but it's like the One Ahead Club, and they all bring different elements to the game. But this one, like I like to, when I chat magic, I like to just keep it like fully real all the time. And this is what it's sort of like. It's almost therapy. Every time me and Craig record it, I'd say that like that was the best one ever because it was like so therapeutic, just for myself even. Okay, so where are we at? King, okay. Hi, man. Hey, hello. Your new free TNR is so good, but I love gimmicky stuff. I actually, thank you, dude. I grabbed a bunch of gimmicks. If anyone hasn't seen that TNR, I need to grab a duplicate. But the visual, let me see if I can get a dupe here. These are all, I don't know if you can see these. These are all my gimmick for some decks. So I'm just going to quickly make this for you right now so you guys can see. Thanks for bringing that up. So hands view. I'm going to try this. So I'll just quickly make kind of a replica tear. Roughly here. Alright. So for anyone that didn't see... Oh, this isn't the TNR. This is the TNA. I'll show you the TNR as well. I can't remember what that is. Which one's the TNR? I can't remember it. I need to look through my own channel. This is TNA though. This is an easy one that anyone can do. So let me show you. There's the hands view. Do you want the camera view or the hands view? Let's go here. So the idea is you take a card and instead of signing it, you put a tear in it to make it different. And let's turn this off so there's more view. So instead of signing it, you put a tear in the corner so everyone can see it. And it's more unique, and that way it comes all the way to the top. Oh, that wasn't even the Jack of Clubs. Let me do that again for you guys, so we get another dupe. So the idea behind this this TNA, which is Torn and Ambitious, was that I just had this idea of more the story of it instead of the visual, which is the opposite way around normally for me. But the story of it is that, you know, when a card's signed on the face and you do an ambitious card, then the spectator can't tell if the card's on top of the deck or not until the card's turned over, normally, you know? So I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to tear or mark the card in some sort of way that it could be seen front or back, regardless if it was face up or face down. I just thought this super basic idea. So here we go again with the actual dupe this time. Jack of Clubs, this way you can see the tear, you can tell when it's on top or bottom, and just like this, it comes up. And for anyone that wants to learn that, I'll show you on the camera down here. This is the gimmick, and it's so easy to make. It's just a corner of card taped on the corner of this card, and the duplicate torn card sits in there on the top of the deck, and then you have this on top, and all you have to do is make sure that you tear it upwards so that you can see the white edge. Otherwise, if you tear a card, let me show you. If you tear a card that way, you'll see a white edge, which is good. But if you tear it downwards, it'll be blue, and it won't have much of a contrast. So you just make sure that the tear's got a white edge showing, like that. And then when you put it in the deck, you just time it so it comes up like this. Anyway, that's me going on a ramble. Sorry. What we got here? So, what was the TNR? I can't remember what the TNR was. I need to look at my own channel. This is why we're live, right? Completely unscripted to the point where I don't even remember what I've put out. TNR. Oh, okay. Yes. The where is that gimmick? This one. Yes. Okay. I'll show you guys this if you haven't seen it already. Let me go switch back to the camera view. So a card would be selected. Let's get rid of that dupe. Turn it this way. So a card would be selected and signed. All right. So it could be, just drop one on the floor. They could sign this card nice and big on the face. Then you turn it over and say that you're going to mark it by tearing it like this. And you put the torn piece in your pocket so they can see that there's a torn edge. And then you just say, watch. Just wave my hands. That card restores visually. And it's there. So this is taught again on the channel as with everything else, but for those of you that want a quick look at the gimmick, if you can see up here if it's focused, it's basically again a white torn edge on a card, and I've used elastic thread so that it slides up, and if you can get a good look there on this. And essentially when it's all put together, this piece will show a white edge of torn card, and it'll just slide back in, and then the camouflage of that will, because it's a blue back card, will hide it. And this is all in depth on the channel, so if you guys want to go and learn it, you can see the videos on the channel. But you can see it's got this quite nice, it's nice you can actually show that it's a missing card, you know what I mean? Like it's actually, there is something, it's not like a black art thing. So when you place it down, all you can do is let this little white edge hide, and it makes it look like it's a card. And the convincer is, if you do that instead of that, you can hear it. It sounds like it's healed. But yeah, that was the torn. I can't believe I didn't remember that. I'm an idiot. All right. So Nevio, the weekly jams are at Saturday 6 p.m. BST. So if you have time, then it would be cool. Nevio, I will do my best on a Saturday to get on to that weekly jam. Tom Gibbons, I love the slow-mo rise trick you taught. Thank you, man. I think that was the first tutorial that I did. And do you know what? I actually haven't had any... This is something I was going to speak about at some point. I haven't had any one give me any grief for posting tutorials, and I was really worried for the longest time that I would get people going crazy, like annoyed because of posting tutorials. And it was something I wanted to do for years and years and years. I posted a video 4 years ago called how to create your own coin vanish, because I thought if I'm teaching people how to create, it's not so much exposure. And it got a lot of views. I think it's like the most viewed video on my channel. But I've always been torn back and forth about doing tutorials. And then I seen, like, you know, there's people like Justin Miller who are incredible, that quite vocal, you know, about people doing exposure on YouTube. And other people. And then I seen a video between Justin Miller, Chris Ramsey, and Xavier Spade, and they Justin it says on the video that he's like, if it's magic taught well, and people are teaching like their own magic, then it's better than people who are teaching bad magic, because either way the secrets are still sort of getting out there. It's just at least people are learning right. And then the other moment of realization I had sort of came from, well, two things, but one was a really inspiring talk with Craig Petty on the phone. He sort of seems to be the inspiration for all this at the minute, the reason for doing videos and everything else. And he just said, just fucking go for it, basically. And I listen when Craig says something. My ears always pick up, and I think, yes, you know, he's always seems to be on the right path, and I know I really value his friendship. And the other thing that I realized is that with my creations, people fucking teach them on YouTube anyway. So I may as well teach them myself, because most of my stuff, whether it's unreleased stuff that I just put on Instagram or on other social media things, people tend to just take it and they either perform it to the point where they expose it badly, or they just teach it anyway. So it didn't make any sense to not teach it myself. And I want to say thanks to everyone that's actually supporting me on all these, because I was really nervous about doing it. But yeah, that's just a quick side note. Abraxas, dude, lighting, camera work looks epic. Oh man, well, dude, you can speak for yourself. Your lighting and camera work is and your backdrop, you've got that gritty black backdrop. I want to know how you did that, because this wall, this was supposed to be concrete paint that was supposed to have, well, like a rugged sort of grunge texture to it. And when I painted it on, it just looked like terrible. It looks patchy. So give me some advice on how to make my studio better, please. Okay, we got Craig Petty says, oh wait, so I've jumped over. I'll talk about the visual rise real quick in case anyone hasn't seen it. There's a visual rise that I taught on the channel. Let me see which camera's gonna be better. If I turn off this camera, which is like the crotch shot, I'll try and perform it for you here. So this is the visual rise on my channel. Any card can genuinely be selected, and we place it down into the deck so you can see it. And if you watch in slow motion, it begins to rise through every card in the deck, just like this, to the top. So the way that works, it's taught on the channel, so you guys can go and check it out. I think it's called like Visual AF Ambitious Card, but if you want to learn it really quickly, this is how it works. The card's placed down into the deck, but you're going to make it, well, it's going to look like it's placed down into the deck, right? And you do that by riffling down, and as you tilt the deck backwards, you're going to actually just riffle a couple of cards, like 10, if that, and place down, but you're not going to see that. And then with my hand tilted back, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just spread the borders to create an illusion of a deck. Like that. So I'm here, I do this, make it look like I'm going to put it all the way down. Then I actually reposition and place it not as far down. Now that looks like it's deeper in the deck, but it's actually, if you look from the side, it's only like 8 cards down. And that's the exposed view. So it looks like it's deep down in the deck, you can see. And then all you have to do is just square these cards up, and it looks like it melts up towards the top of the deck. See? And then as I come up to show you the card, all I'm doing is, when this is tilted up, my thumb is going to run and line it up. Here, this is a random X card. So its speed is like that. So it gets to this, it comes from here, rises up, I tilt up, bring my thumb up, making sure to keep those square. Then I strip out 2 as 1, and this a double, and you can do like a KM move to clean up. But yeah, that's the rise. And a lot of people think that it's Fallen by Garcia, but it's actually not, because with Fallen, when you finish the first part of the rise, you can't do that. I'm not saying it's better than Fallen, because the angles are really strict on this, like super strict. But this idea came from taking a card, placing it in the deck, outjogged, like that, and then placing it on a table and just staring at it for like 3 or 4 hours, thinking, how can I create this image of a card there, but it not actually being there? And yeah, that was like 8 years ago. And yeah, and then I eventually filmed a tutorial for it. So thanks for that. Shout out. Thanks for reminding me of that. Let's go to Craig, the new 1914. Craig Petty, guess what, Lloyd? The new 1914 wallet is on pre-sale on the 7th of January. Just had it confirmed. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, but there's a new wallet from Lewis Laval in the 1914. You know, I'm a bit of a wallet fiend, and I'm always looking for the next best wallet. I went to the London Magic Convention, seen Dee and Lewis there, and Craig, and they showed me this new wallet which is coming out. And I love it for one thing only, which is it's got one of the best switches I've ever seen for a wallet. You can literally take like a bill, because I want to use it for a bill switch. You can place it in the wallet but leave it sticking out. Where normally, like if you have a switch wallet, you place something inside and it would switch, like a quiver or something. But with this, you can place the bill, stick and leave it sticking out in the wallet, and then hand them the wallet, and then you take it out and it's switched. And you can just already think of a million different things you could go off and do with that. So, and then Craig's got some incredible. Craig's got this one routine, and I wish I could expose it on my channel, and he should, because I think the method is so impressive that you would. Once you knew how easy it was to do, then you would be like, oh, okay, I have to go and buy this wallet now. But it's basically a card to wallet effect where there's no palming and you're miles ahead of them, and the convincers thrown in there along the way really make this feel like it shouldn't be possible. And that's a Craig Petty idea. So when is it going on pre-sale? What is it? The where is it? Where's that comment gone? 7th of January. Boom. So 5 days. Oh, hell yes. Is anyone else still stuck in that zone where if anyone asks you the date, you say 2021? So like if someone asks me the date today in my head, like if someone asks me my age, I still think I'm 17. But if someone asks me the date, I'd be like, oh yes, December 23rd, 21? I don't know. That's where I'm at. But yeah, so it's actually January the 2nd today. That's so weird. Doesn't feel like a new year. All right. Okay. I'm trying to get through these comments. The TNR with half card and elastic from double back. Okay, cool. That was just shown. Shantanu Pandit. That was so good. Thank you very much, dude. Thanks, mate. Aficionado. Hey, Lloyd and Craig. Just to tell you, I'm loving your podcast. Thank you so much, man. We are loving doing them, and we're getting so much good feedback from everyone about it. We just hope that we don't offend you. Actually, we don't give a fuck. Nevio, what? This is so cool. Juan Jimenez. Hey, Happy New Year from Spain. Hey, man. Thank you for wishing me happy. How do you say that? I don't. Is it Feliz Navidad? Is that happy Merry Christmas? I don't know. But it's right back to you. Chris Dag is. I had the thought yesterday that someone needs to teach Magic Live. Was going to suggest this in an email to your podcast, but it seems we've had the same thought. Thanks, dude. I didn't actually sort of plan fully on teaching Magic Live, but if this is the direction this live session is taken, then so be it. I mean, the Sunday session at its heart is supposed to be a global meetup with all of you for a jam session wherever you are in the world, because we can't really do that right now because of everything that's going on. And my favorite thing to do at a jam session is talk magic secrets and learn. So if anyone has anything here that you want me to sort of teach, or you'd like to learn or know a bit more about right now, then drop a comment in, because I'll do it. Nevio, isn't this like Muse from your gaff system? It's similar to Muse, but it's impromptu. So in the gaff system, Muse uses a gimmick. for that to create that rise effect. But this is completely impromptu. It's based on an optical illusion that I developed. Nevio, is it better than the Nexus wallet? Is the 1940 wallet? It's tricky because I had the Steve Drawn Real Man's wallet for years, which eventually got replaced by my Quiver Card to wallet, which eventually got replaced by my Nexus wallet. And then but the Nexus wallet couldn't do a switch, and there's an effect I'm working on which needs a build switch. So then I want the 1914 wallet to do this build switch. So it's not necessarily better, is that it can do the thing I want at the moment. And I think it's dependent on what you're looking for. Do you know what I mean? It's like red back cards are better for being signed, blue back cards are better for making gimmicks. And they're both the same. They're both good. It just depends what you're going to use it for. Same for the next wallet, the 1914 wallet. It depends what you want to use it for. All right. Aficionado. I confess I am quite a fanboy of the 1914. That wallet will be mine. Yes, same here. D is the ultimate professional. He's been in the industry longer than I have. D actually signed me up for my first Magic release, which is I want to say I was 18, because the house that I lived in a house down the road, and I was only there whilst I was 18. So I'm 33 now, or I don't know how old, 33 or 34 now. So that was like 15 years ago. D gave me my first release. Super exciting times. Benji M, a funky color change. All right, you want to learn a funky color change? What are my ones? Okay, I can teach you funky. By the way, I'm just dropping cards everywhere. Okay, so there's two things: a funky color change, and then I need a change project volume 2. Jan, I can't talk about that, but I have some interesting stuff on change volume 2. So here's a quick color change thing. Let me see. By the way, this is live, so if this goes wrong, then I apologize. But we'll use the top card, the 8 of clubs. You guys, is that blurry? Is that good? We'll use the 8 of clubs. We'll leave it out jogged. If I wave, it becomes 3 of spades. But it just takes a moment, because then it goes back to the 8 of clubs. So this is the Maniacal Change. Super simple. Taught it a few times in a couple of different places, but this is it. It's the method is more interesting than the trick, I think. But I wanted a color change basically that would allow me to change one card here, and then be left with one card. Normally, these sort of changes would happen with like a palm card, and then you'd be left with a double. I wanted to be left ultra clean, so I'll show you the method. I'm being serious. So you push over a double. I get a loose, sloppy double, right? So you push over a double whilst getting a single, right? So I do a double and a single. So I have 3 cards on top. So I can show, boom, 3 cards. Then I'm going to place this 9 of spades on top of the deck. As I do that, I'm going to steal out 2 cards. So there's the 2. I'm going to pinch them with this finger here. Steal the 9 out jogged on top of the deck. So I have 2 cards there. And at this point, I'm at this position. Then I'm going to lay these 2 cards on my fingers, slide the top card back, so it looks like this, and then everything closes up, boom, like a book. I square the 9 in, and that leaves me with a single card on top. And then you can just look at sort of Marlowe undercover, sort of turn over to get that card, turned over. You know what I mean? So from the front, I'll do it again. Hopefully not as bad this time. Look how sloppy that double was, by the way. So here's an ace of hearts. Watch, it becomes a 2 of diamonds. And the exposed view for realsies on this is double, picked up as a triple, steal out 2, slide 1 back, forward, square, and it becomes a 4, and then steal that card in. Cool. Okay, we have a lot of comments coming here, bro. All right, so I think it's time, and we're gonna. This is gonna be so ropey, everyone. So bear with me, but we're gonna try and bring in a special guest. And I want you all to try and guess who that special guest is as I attempt to bring them in. So, I'm going to make this call. I had to call them on Skype and then bring them into my software.
Yeah, right. All right, so I think it's time. We're gonna. This is gonna be so ropey, everyone. So bear with me.
Can you hear me?
I can. I've got you talking. There we go. Yes. Hi, Lloyd.
Hi, Craig. How you doing?
Am I live? Is this actually working?
I have no idea. Is this live? Is it working?
I don't know.
All right. Can you guys hear and see Craig?
Can they?
I think so. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you can hear us okay.
I will. I was looking on the lag, obviously, because I was halfway through the colour change that you were teaching, and then suddenly you started calling me. So I don't know.
Yes.
You guys can hear me. This is cool.
I think it's working. I think it's all good.
This is amazing. Amazing.
What do you think of it so far, dude?
Man, you know what? I've never done anything on YouTube live. I always just pre-record my stuff, and this is great. This is awesome. You're inspiring me now, man. You're inspiring me to do something live on YouTube. This is awesome.
Man, I in my head I had a plan before going live, and then I totally didn't have a plan. As soon as I hit live, I was like, I'm gonna teach rubber band stuff. Have you seen the comments about the podcast?
I've never seen that colour change that you just taught. That's really good.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks, man. Ironically, I don't know if you've seen earlier. I was talking about Berlin in the video, in the live just now. I was in Berlin with Tobias Dostal, and that's where I had the idea for it a long time ago. But before Berlin, but in Berlin, I got a video on my phone of me. There was one bit of tweaking that needed to happen to make it work, and it was in the Berlin hotel room that I finally figured out the missing piece to make it work, and just the irony of it. But thanks, man. Yeah, a lot of love coming in for the podcast.
Yeah, I can see that, and yes, I can see the comments. I can read the chat. I apologise for the low lighting. I'm in my brother-in-law's house in Lincoln. I've gone away for a couple of days, so I'm not in my normal studio. I haven't got my mic set up or anything, so I hope you guys can hear me and see me okay. But hello, and thanks for having me on here, Lloyd. I really appreciate it. This is awesome.
Mate, thank you for coming on. You are the only reason most people are going to tune into this. Most people couldn't give a shit about me, but thank you for doing this. So last minute as well. I know that you are out over a family member's house today, so it wasn't the most perfect time in.
I'm at my brother-in-law's house. I've gone upstairs into his office to do this. It's great because it's given me a chance to not be with my family, which is quite nice sometimes. So,
yes, I feel.
Sarah's got Ryan and Thea down there, and I'm just up here doing magic with you guys and talking magic. So that's super fun.
What do you think about they said about teaching magic on YouTube? What's your thoughts on that?
I think you're an absolute asshole. No, I don't really. Here's the thing. This, and I've talked about this on my channel before, but my attitude is, back when I was a kid, if I wanted to go somewhere to learn magic, I had to go to the library, and I had to take out a book, and I had to open up the book, and I had to look at the book. And these days, YouTube is basically the modern day equivalent of a library. You know, Sarah the other day, she needed to know how to do something. She went on YouTube and she just searched it on YouTube. She looked at a video and she got the answer. And I think that's what people do. I have no problem, absolutely no problem with people teaching magic on YouTube. Because here's the thing, if somebody's sitting down and watching a half an hour, 45-minute video like this, then they're investing their time. And I think that, you know, the problem with magic sometimes is there's gatekeepers that will shut those doors and they'll say, no, you can't have the secrets. My attitude is if somebody's prepared to put a little bit of time and effort in, and sitting down and watching a video like this is putting effort in, then there's absolutely no problem with teaching magic on YouTube. It's just moving with the times, you know?
Yeah.
You are killing it. Adam Wilber, people like that are absolutely killing it. My issue is, and I do have an issue with teaching magic on YouTube, there's certain people that teach magic on YouTube that shouldn't be teaching magic. They have no teaching ability. They couldn't teach their way out of a paper bag. They have the wit, charm, brains, and intelligence of an Alsatian dog after a head swap operation. And they shouldn't be teaching magic. You know, but somebody like you boss it. You know, if it was people like you teaching it, then that's absolutely fine.
Well, thanks, man. Well, I mean, it was because of the how many times did we text back and forth? And I text you, being like, "Oh, I want to do a tutorial, but it's going to cause so much drama." And then you were like, "Just fucking do it, man." And it's the 21st century, basically, is what you were saying, and times change. And
exactly. I mean, I don't do tutorials on my channel just because when I started my channel, there were a lot of people doing tutorials, and I wanted to try and stand out in a different way.
Yeah.
So I'll do stuff like the quiver, where I'll perform tricks, but not really teach them, but I perform them in a way that people can kind of guess how to do
in like an open source sort of way.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anyone watching this video right now, this live stream right now, that doesn't know your channel. But if you haven't seen Craig's channel, stop watching this live stream. Get off my channel. Comparatively, this is shit compared to Craig's. Honest to God, go and check out Craig's channel. There's so many good videos that have been up lately, and so many interviews with so many juggernauts in the magic world. But one of the videos you put up recently was is it 5 ways or 10 ways you perform quiver?
13 ways.
13?
Yeah, 13.
Oh, bloody hell. 13 ways that Craig performs with quiver. And it's one of the best videos I've watched on YouTube. I want to say this year, but that really isn't much competition. I want to say all of last year, because it's only been one day this year. It's so good, so inspiring, and as soon as you watch it, you're going to... Well, if you don't have money to spend on a quiver, don't watch the video, because you're going to want to buy one as soon as you start watching it. Lance Bowen is in the chat. Evening, gents. How you doing, Lance? Lance, a fellow Welshman, and a fantastic magician. I don't know if you've ever met him before, but he's fucking brilliant.
I've seen his stuff on Facebook. He's really good on Facebook.
He's so good. So there's some comments coming in. Some people think that I need to turn your volume up.
Okay. I don't have my external mic.
No. I think it's more on my end. I'm going to try and switch this mic here for you all to see to my webcam, to my MacBook mic.
Okay.
So testing 1, 2, 3. Can you all hear that? And then if you say the same thing, how's Craig's volume for you guys?
1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. Is that any better for you guys? Can you hear me? Okay.
Okay, so we should know, and because there's a delay, everyone will know if you can hear him okay in like 20 seconds. There's so much love for your channel coming through.
I know.
So much love.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, everybody.
Craig is the content king to upload that many videos a week. Oh my god, from Abraxas. Yes.
You want me to tell you how I do it, Abraxas, Lloyd? I'll tell you how I do it. I don't spend hours fannying around with lighting like you two do. Like, I just sit with a blank wall behind me, switch on a camera, and I fucking go for it. While you two are there going, hang on, I've got to get the perfect lighting, let me sort my settings out. It probably takes something like... all day for you guys to shoot a video. Well, I could bang out 15 in a day just because I'm not having to fanny around with all of the crap that you guys do.
Well, this is part of the reason for the live stream today is because I'm a family man too. I can't sit and... Like, the Sunday session is the longer video for me of the week. It's like the hour-long video, hour-and-a-half long video. And filming it takes an hour to 2 hours. And then editing it takes the same amount of time unless you edit in double speed. And then the upload. So doing it live just feels like the only way I can have a family.
Yeah.
Do this. Otherwise they're going to leave me.
I'm still a bit quiet, apparently.
Right. I don't know how to fix that at this point because my volume is up to the max.
Fair enough. Well, I'll just shout. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Just shout.
Booming voice. There you go. Anybody got any questions that you want me to answer? Have we got any questions here? Or do you want me to teach a move? I've got a coin here. I could do a move.
Ooh, can we get Craig Petty's first online tutorial? Yes! Let's see a move.
I'm at my brother-in-law's house. I've got literally nothing here with me, but Is the lighting okay? Can you see this coin, Lloyd?
I can see the coin, yeah.
This is a Vanish that I've used for years, and it's the easiest retention Vanish in the world. Like, it's super easy. But have a look at this. And it's complete. I don't know if that's showing up.
Yeah, I can see. Wait, do that again?
Yeah, look at this. There's no palming.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Let me stand up here. It's the easiest retention Vanish in the world. So here's what's happening, right? So you just put a coin into your hand, and all you're going to do is you're just going to put this hand here to catch it, and you're just going to tilt your hand forward like that, and you're going to allow it to slide down. Now, when
lift your hands back a little bit. Come back.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna put the coin here in the center of the hand. You're going to put this hand here. You're going to allow the coin to slide down like that till it hits this hand, but it stays on the fingertips. And then all you're going to do is bring this hand in this way to make a fist around it, and it stays in fingertip rest. So you literally just turn this hand around. You're not even palming it, but look at the retention on it. You see it go in the hand. But the thing is, it works from every angle. Look at it over here. So you just see it go down, and it works from that angle. It works... I don't know if you can see it. It works from this angle. It works from literally every angle. You just literally put it right there in your hand. You just let it drop down. And it's what makes it work is the slide.
It makes your eyes follow that coin, and then
they
like
follow
a kickback.
The coin, and then everybody just assumes it's there, and you just leave it in fingertip rest. You're not even palming it. You're just literally, that's all it is.
Oh my god, that's an addictive. You know, some coin slides are addictive, where you want to just perform. I don't know if I did that very well. Am I better this way, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
All right, gotta get this down. Man, I honestly thought you were doing something far. I thought it was going down, and then I thought you were flicking it into pinky clip somehow. So I thought it was coming down.
You just leave it in fingertip rest and bring your hand away, and that hand closes around the coin. That's it. It's perfect.
Dude, that's sick. So is that official Craig Petty's first YouTube tutorial live?
Tutorial. And if you have another coin in your hand, so if you have, I haven't got another coin here. If you have another coin in your hand and you do the same move, they'll clink together and you get the perfect clip pass.
Could you use it as, like, I'm trying to think, as a change?
Yeah, that looked great. You can do it as a change easy. Just do a bit of Ramsey subtlety there.
Like this.
That looks great. That looked really good, yeah. That's great.
I don't know if I'm doing that right or not.
Dude, that looks really good.
Thank you so much. Everyone, give it up for Craig teaching on the channel. Woohoo!
Yeah, I've never done that before, but that's a retention pass that I've done for years. It's one of my favourite ones to do because... if you're working like mix and mingle and there's people standing all around you, you can do it completely surrounded. You can use it as a click pass. You can use it as a change. Yeah. It's great in a spellbound style routine. And there's no palming. That's the thing. You don't even need to be able to palm. You just let it slide down your hand and you just bring this hand away and it just stays in fingertip rest right there. And then this hand just opens and it closes and it's just gone.
That completely threw me through a loop.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many questions coming in, but dude, people clapping, loads of claps coming through. Yeah, hell yeah! I have a funny. Do you want to see a coin thing back then? Since we're in the act of showing coin stuff.
Yeah.
Did I ever show you this? So I use this at lectures mainly. I don't know if it's better to stand up. No, it's better to sit down. Let me see. I'm at an awkward height, so forgive me, but maybe I have to come back a little bit. So magicians will do these moves with coins, right? Where they take a coin, they do all these finger motions, and then it vanishes. But it's always there, right? Because they put the coin in their hand, they do all this weird stuff, and then the coin's gone. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it doesn't feel like magic. So what I wanted to do was come up with a coin vanish that I don't know if I'm in the right angle, where I'm not gonna put it into JW or anything. I'm just gonna keep it here, and then if I can get it right, it looks like it goes.
Oh, that's nice.
Have I shown you that before? I can't remember. It's all about conditioning. You condition them by doing a JW vanish, right? So you set up and you explain how the fingers move. You can sort of expose it. And then when you show them how you do it without any moves, all you're doing is, as your hand comes up, without the hand there, the coin's going to sit on your thumb, like this. So I go, boom, I'm going to take it, show my hand, and if you imagine this hand's there, all I do is just drop my hand.
That's right.
It looks really open and fair, like there's no moves, and it just vanishes. And so what you can do is that if you like steal something, so you can say, so as you come back to execute, you can come here, drop, and then change it as well into like a ring or whatever you want to do.
That's great.
Any interesting comments?
I'm just going to look through them now. I'm kind of like winging this because I'm trying to look at the comments on my phone whilst looking at you on my laptop. So
okay, I'm going to go from. I remember there was Abraxas. I've gone up a bit, and I was always scared to do them. I think, and then saw that many bad ones, and I thought I had to step in and do it correctly on my own channel. Yeah, Abraxas, he does teach correctly on YouTube. You need to go and check out his channel. Craig's channel's amazing. I love Craig's channel. Still too silent. Can't help that. Lance Bowen, I'm great. Thanks, partner. Many thanks, Craig. Happy New Year to your family. Yeah, me and Lance need to hang out soon. I got to phone him actually. Apparently, he's going to show me something incredible using a mem deck. Whoop.
I love mem decks.
Saw Craig's quiver video. Had a quiver a few years ago when it broke. Watched his quiver video and ordered quiver immediately. Yeah, true. Abraxas says, thanks, Craig. Now I'm going to cry. Got to make our ugly faces look beautiful somehow. Oh, here's one for you, Craig. From Nevio. He says, what do you think of Mr. Monopoly by Julio Montoro?
I've just ordered it. I haven't got it yet. I don't know. It's Julio Montoro, so it's probably going to be shit. I don't know for sure. Like, it's very hit and miss, Julio Montoro. He's got some great stuff. He had that bank night thing. Did you see that? Where you've got like it's like a mini version of the Dyson Men, where he's got like 6 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they pick one, and that was great. But then for every one of those tricks, it brings out something like linking onion rings. And
see, I don't think that's a bad trick.
Oh, it's just when you go to where are you actually going to do it?
I mean, I'm dieting, so anything onion ring related right now is fucking good to me.
Seriously, where are you going to do it? You're not the sort of person to go out for a meal and go, guys, let me just take a couple of onion rings and link them together. You're not going to walk over to somebody else's plate and take onion rings off their plate. You're not going to pull a couple of onion rings out your pocket. Like, where are you going to do that?
Well, I think I see that as a trick that sits better for TV magicians or social media magicians. I do see that. I remember that trick with, I think it was Yif did the baguette from the hand when he pulled that baguette out, and it was everyone said it was like a stupid trick. It worked great in that context of the show that he was doing, and I think that's where the onion ring thing could come in for someone.
I've said this to you before, it's subjective. I might think something's terrible, other people might love it. You know, I hate his Dorito bite, which is like a 3D printed piece of cardboard that looks like a Dorito. It's the worst made, most terrible gimmick I've ever seen in my life. But then I watched Piff the Magic Dragon on the latest Penn and Teller Fool Us, and he only goes and does that live on Penn and Teller.
Fuck off.
So I mean, I'm saying that it's shit. One of the greatest magicians of all time doing it for Penn and Teller, and Penn and Teller are like, oh, that's great. Okay, right, okay. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about then, do I? Obviously. But, like, I mean, he gets away with it because his gimmick is he's eating everything all the time. So I suppose, you know, but I really hated that solid that he brought out, which was like Prohibition with a can. Charlie Justice's Prohibition.
Oh, yeah. I think we spoke about this on Wednesday's episode of the pod. By the way, if anyone hasn't listened to the podcast yet and you don't mind offensive language and abusive behaviour, check us out on any podcast platform. Search for the Magic Podcast. That's what you need to search for, and have a listen. But yeah, I think we talked about that, and you said that it could be better.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's just awful. It's like one of the worst tricks of 2021. But he's capable of doing good tricks. But I think he's a little bit like Jay Sankey in that he's got no filter at all. Like, he brings stuff out before it's ready, I think. But he has had some good stuff. The Monopoly thing, I've looked at the trailer. The trailer looks great. Yeah. But then again, I mean, that means nothing. NPAD's trailer looked great.
I think it's funny. Some people see releases I changed from what I used to release, but some people see releases as different things. That some people see it as like, oh, you know how you have like singers and songwriters, and some singers will just put out a song every week, and it's just like their bread and butter. And then some will like probably Ed Sheeran will probably like write like 100 songs in a year, whereas like Adele will do like an album every like 5 years. And I think that's like the sort of difference I see with some creators where they'll just put out constant flow of stuff, and some of it will be a hit and some of it will be a miss. And then some, you can wait 10, 15 years, 5 years, and you know it's going to be gold. It'll be one thing.
Can you do me a favour? I release tricks from time to time, as you know. As a friend, can I ask you a favour? If I ever start releasing stuff and it's more Julio Monturo and Peter Egging than Richard Sanders, just take me out into a wood somewhere and shoot me. I know a guy who's got a gun. He shoots laptops. You can borrow his. Just shoot me, because I never want to get that, ever. No, I never want to be that. I never want to be that.
I promise to never tell you.
Thanks.
You'll just see a random dislike appear on the video. Okay, so we got some other questions here. David Jonathan's on, and he says, first time Craig's ever been told he's quiet? Lol. It's got to be a first.
Congratulations to David Jonathan. Penguin had 2 of his tricks. I mean, look at how many tricks Penguin bring out, right? Hundreds. Really good stuff. 2 of the top 10 best-selling tricks of all time this year with David Jonathan.
Of course.
And he had the best-selling Academy this year for Acan. I mean, the guy is on fire. Yeah. Like, talk about an amazing 2021.
He's so intelligent. Such a smart creator.
Mm-hmm. Love this.
I've been fortunate to see a few things that he's bringing out as well. And again, just like brain warpingly good.
Yeah, the thing with the envelope and the destinations is just ridiculous.
Yeah. We can't give too much away, but yes. So
yeah,
good.
We're not going to talk any more about that, but it's ridiculous. Next time you see David, get him to show you the thing he's got coming out at some point with Acan. Black and white photos. Just say black and white photos of Acan.
Okay.
You've got to see this. It's amazing.
So we have Josh Riley's in the chat. What's up, Josh? Josh, the developer of Cognito. He says, I'm looking forward to Netrix.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if it's Jan or Jan Hendrick, so please forgive me if I, get it incorrect. But it's just the thing's just got on. I'm looking for a no stack but fair for spectators Acan. Any ideas?
I have an interesting Acan coming out soon.
No, it's got to be. I think he means impromptu.
Oh right.
But you do have you have the best Acan I've ever seen, and I think that's the resounding quote from every single out of the dozens of magicians, A-list names that have seen it have said the same thing.
I showed it to John Armstrong. I've got to send you the video over. I showed it to him the other day, and he said, I hate Acan as a plot, but I do that. I'd want to do it. I want to do it now.
Yeah.
That's the best version of that plot I've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah. But it is the best version I've ever seen.
Perseus said it yesterday when I was on with Perseus.
Oh, you showed it to Perseus?
I showed the trailer that you did. He loved it.
Do you know, at this point now, I don't even have to ask if you fool anyone with it. Because
he had no clue.
I know that you did. It's amazing. But I do actually have an Acan. No, I have... And any card at any number, for me, has to be any card named. I have a card at any number, which I just do all the time, which I can probably show. You want to see it, Craig? It's a card at any number, but this is my practical one.
Yeah, go for it.
So this isn't going to fool magicians out there, but this one I know gets good reactions because it's snappy and it's fast. Some of them are boring. I haven't done this. I haven't been performing for a while, but so hopefully I don't screw it up. Where's my camera? I'm going to go through the deck. Craig, would you like to shuffle them? Obviously, if you're here, they could be fully shuffled. But you just call out stop whenever you want, okay?
Stop.
Which card?
That one there. That one. Yeah.
Okay, remember that card.
Okay.
Okay, we'll lose it back into the deck. Fair?
Yep, fair.
And And then what I want you to do is just name any number between like 10 and 20, but make it like a big difficult one.
16.
16. You want to change your mind?
17.
Fair? It's up to you.
Yeah, fair. 17.
Okay, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's like my 10,000 hour. What's it called? 10,000 hour trick. Like one of the ones I do all the time. Super simple. Do you know how that was? You obviously know how it was done.
Yeah, brilliant. It's great.
I just count. So as I'm going through cards, I'm counting 5 at a time. So I go 3, 2, so that's 5, and then I go 3, 2, so that's another 5. 3, 2, so that's another 5. That's 15 cards. And then I say, just tell me. It's like a timing force. And then I say you can choose any card from this point, but I try and get you to the 17th card, hopefully, which would be the 10. Sometimes people go for the 18th card, but then I just square it all back, so I know that their card's 17th down. And then I always get a pinky break beneath 3 cards, because you'll be surprised the amount of people when you say name a number between 10 and 20, but make it a big difficult one, like that Harry Lorraine thing, because that's going to force them to like 17 to 19. But some people will just throw out 14, so I always get a break on 3, so I can always do like a really quick thing to 14. But most of the time it hits, and if it's 1 off or 2 off, I'll do a false count. Where if it, like say you said 18, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I've just miscounted 1. You know, so when I've got to like here, I'll just throw like almost like a rubber dub thing in, and it looks like I've done 18. But yeah, that's my most practical. It's not like a big secret or anything, right. But it's one that just hits a lot. You know.
That's really good.
Okay, I'm still trying to catch up on these comments. I think people at this point now are getting comments about the coin. That's really nice from Joshua Riley. King, okay, says, wow, that's cool. Lloyd and Craig will be in Blackpool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Create Magic says, question, whose stand at Blackpool are your first go-tos?
I have to be honest, the first stand I go to is Mark Mason.
Oh, that's a good shot.
He always has a couple of really cool things, and he sells out on the first day. And so I always go to see what his new thing is, and I just get it. Then typically the next stand I go to is Peter Egging, because he's so awesome. So first Mark Mason, then Peter Egging.
I do. Probably I like Matthew Wright or Prop Dog.
Prop Dog's cool. Yeah, Prop Dog's really good. Matthew Wright's great as well.
Who else? Actually, the SEO Magic stall is always my first go-to. They have the best,
great stuff. Yeah,
best creations ever.
Penguin always have good stuff on their stand as well. They've always got that big stand down the side, and Vanishing Ink always tend to make a huge deal of their stand, don't they? I hear that Vulpine's there this year, first year.
Adam Wilbur's.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see the Wilbur Beast.
Lloyd and Wilbur back together again.
I'm so excited to hang out with that. I need to get on a call with him actually about something. All right, Nemed says I'd forgotten that retention. Very strong. That's in regards to coin retention. Lance says he's gonna cook my brain when I get some free time. Context says it's the Wizard World Magic Review guy.
Oh, well, maybe a few years ago. I've moved on since then, but yeah, let's go with that.
Maybe they also left the magic industry for 12 years. His name is Context. Maybe make a choice. Okay, nice Vanish. Any tips to hide that coin as it goes down with the hand? Thank you for this jam. Oh, yeah, actually there is a tip on that, which is when you're here, you can actually like pretty much before the hand drops away, you can turn your hand like this. It's hard to do slow, and you're gonna like basically pinch the coin, but you can do that at the top, so you don't have to like come out and drop it slowly. You can almost from the top just hide it, because you're not doing any finger flicking stuff, which is what they're looking for. So you can actually be pretty sure you're hiding it from the start instead of trying to time it like this. If you do get the timing down though, when it drops, it'll drop into finger palm in the air, so your thumb will be empty by the time it gets down lower. I hope that helps. Man, there's so many comments. Gee, I wasn't expecting this many people at all. I don't know how many people are in the chat live, but I wasn't expecting this many people.
Great.
Benji M says, you and Ryland are awesome. Loving the reviews, Craig. Absolutely hilarious. When you go to town on some of the horrible effects on the market.
Representing. I'll carry on doing it. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, create Magic said next it'll be the Lincoln calamari rings.
I did hear on the grapevine that Julio Monturo is planning on bringing out the growing French fry soon.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
I'm lying. I'm just lying through my teeth. I don't know. I've got, based on his track record, it's going to be something else food related coming out soon, isn't it? So.
Nevio has a question to you. Nevio says, I was quite sad that you rated Summit such bad. I think he means so bad. The ad copy was shit, that's true. And the props are only 3D printed, that's also true. But the effect is so strong.
Right, Nevio. Here's the thing. Yes, the effect... Right. Right. Okay, let me get into this very quickly. So first of all...
I'm going to sit back on this.
Not correct. The ad copy is completely and totally lies. You know when they're forced to offer a retraction, they're lying to you on the trailer. So that's the first thing. Secondly, yes, the props are 3D printed. When you're talking about whether a trick's good or not, you have to talk about the quality of the props. And the bottom line is the quality of the props is substandard at best. 2 of my 6 gimmicks broke within like an hour of practicing it. So when I performed it on the show, I had to like basically rig it because half of my selections weren't even an option. You say the effect's really strong, and in a way it is. Think of a card. Brilliant. Okay, you've been holding this Sharpie marker. The card's in the Sharpie marker. It is a strong effect, right? But in order to do it, you've got to have a pocket full of stuff, which is probably going to break. And it's also very fiddly to get it out of there. Not only have you got to get a pocket full of stuff, you've got to take the pen back, and it's kind of convoluted. It's not a vanishing card to Sharpie. A thought-of card, you're showing it's in the Sharpie from the beginning. So is it a prediction effect? Like, what is the effect? You're having them think of a card. You're not having it disappear from a deck or anything. You're saying, think of a card. Well, that's interesting because in the Sharpie is your card. So how does the Sharpie... Why are they putting the card in the Sharpie as a prediction? Like, why not just tattoo it on your arm or something? Why is the card being in the Sharpie the best part of this? Like, if the card was vanishing from the deck and it was a vanishing card into a Sharpie, that would make sense. But they're just bringing a Sharpie out for no reason other than they've got a gimmick that fits inside a Sharpie. And if that's the effect, and the effect is so strong, let's do this. Let's give somebody a Sharpie and preload it with a Queen of Hearts. Then let's go to somebody else and say, think of a card. 50-50 chance they're going to think of a Queen of Hearts anyway. If they don't, you go, well, most people think of that card, so let's do this. And then classic force a Queen of Hearts on them. Put the deck away and then say, now think about this. You could have thought of any card. First time, name your card, Queen of Hearts, open the Sharpie. What's in there? It's the Queen of Hearts. It's the same effect to a layman. It's the same effect. There's absolutely no difference other than you're not having to have a gimmick Sharpie. You're not having to carry around a pocket full of shit. But I would never do that because it's a muddled effect. Because it doesn't make any sense. Why are you predicting the fucking card in a Sharpie? Why is that fucking predicted card in the Sharpie? Why not have an envelope and give them an envelope? Or if you're going to have something in a Sharpie, why not vanish it from a deck and have a torn corner or have it signed? It's just stupid. It's a stupid trick. It's a lying, dishonest, shitty trailer. And, yeah, the props are so substandard. But here's the thing. That's only my opinion. You love it, and that's cool, and that's brilliant. And, you know, you say Acan loves it as well. That's great. I'd love to know if she actually performs it. I'd love to know if, because everything I put on my top 10 list, I do all the time. Cuban Bottle. Follow my Instagram. You see everything that I do, Cognito, all that stuff I do all the time. I'd love to know if Acan's actually done it. Here's a question to Acan if she's watching this. Post a live performance video of you doing that on your channel. Because I don't believe anyone's doing Summit. Because if anybody was doing it regularly enough, the gimmicks have probably broke on them. And as the other brothers have now done one and they don't seem to be anywhere on God's green earth, you're probably not going to be able to get another summit ever again. Then it's rant over.
Craig Petty's Rants, now on Lloyd Barnes' YouTube channel. 2022, new home for Craig Petty Rants. I agree. There's the issue with it is, and I don't feel bad saying this because, you know, it's true. When I create magic, I write or mentally make a list or write down a list of all. If I have a certain effect like card or sharpie, I would write down or mentally make note of what are the obvious methods. And then I always mentally or physically, like I have a waste paper bin here, rip up those methods, or I put them to the side and say you're not allowed to touch them because that's exactly what everyone else thinks it is. And then I create the trick, create the method, or try to. And they didn't do that with this. They had the first method, the obvious method, and it's just, I mean, it would take 4 to 5 minutes to think of an alternative much better in every area method than this. And I think that's what's disappointing about it, is that they put all the work into the product, you know, because it could have taken months to produce, and they made, you know, film the trailer, that takes work no matter how good or bad something is. That takes work. So they put all that time and effort in, but they didn't. It's like running a marathon, but they just couldn't be bothered to tie the shoelaces up. You know?
Exactly. I mean, you and I both know that I've got a trick coming out through Murphy's at some point, and had gimmicks 3D printed to see if it worked.
Yeah.
It does work. So now we've spent the last year trying to work out the best way to get them manufactured. And I'll tell you right now, the best way to get them manufactured is not going to be 3D printing them, which is why it's taken us so long. But that means that when it comes out as a product, it's going to be well produced, and it's not going to break within 0.2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a shame when people put you know. Anyway, Mackenzie Sol says Craig fave DVD. I think he means Craig's favorite DVD is Function 9, and I don't think that will ever change.
Function 9 is amazing. Caleb Morelli is a god amongst men. Mackenzie
Sol, by the way, I've just connected with this guy on Instagram. He's a huge Instagrammer with a massive TikTok page as well, I think. He picked up Wow Money or the normal Wow Money, the Wow Money, yeah. And cause I didn't think it was available anymore. He got hold of it and sent me an idea he came up with on the spot with it. And as long as I've been in Magic, I ain't seen someone do that with a WoW gimmick before, and it's fucking brilliant. So I don't know if he's going to share it in any of his socials, but check out. He's really, really, really good, and it's a great magician, Mackenzie Sol. So check out if he does share it, how he handles. It's basically how to do it in spectators' hands without giving too much away, and it's really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, WoW, and yeah, really good. Okay, so watching. My chat, Ken Shin, watching from the Philippines. Yo, Philippines love, where you at? These are my Filipino pesos. They were a gift when I went there from a bunch of magicians. Got my little. These are the only 3 coins I have, and this one's a shell. It's the only coin shell I have, and they're Filipino coins. I love Manila. I love the Philippines, and I can't wait to go back.
Hey Lloyd.
Yo.
I've just had Sarah text me. My dinner's ready downstairs.
I'm so jealous. What are you having?
Apparently, we've ordered a takeaway, and I don't even know what, so I'm very excited about this.
I'm excited for you. Dude, go and enjoy it. Thank you,
I'll
Craig.
my fat ass downstairs and eat whatever this takeout is that I've been ordered. Guys, I got to go, but can I come on the channel again sometime? I'd love to.
Would you come on the channel? I think you have been the highlight of this video. From this point, it's all downhill now.
I'd love to come on the channel again. And I tell you what, next time you invite me, I will teach my pet coin routine that I have never taught ever anywhere, and I'll teach it to everyone that's on this channel. And if we do it next Sunday, I'm free next Sunday, I'll do it next Sunday for you.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I think that means we have to make it next Sunday then.
Yeah, well, I'll do it, man. But
hell yes. Thank you. Enjoy your food. Please don't send me photos of it, because I'm constantly in a state of hunger. But I'll stick around with you guys for another like half an hour or so, and then I'll call it a day too. But dude, thank you so much for joining. And if I don't speak to you before, we'll record the podcast late tomorrow or Tuesday, whatever.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks, pal.
Take care, everyone. See you
Bye,
soon.
dude. Bye. Craig Petty, everybody. Woohoo! Wow, what a treat for you guys. And he taught his first YouTube tutorial on this channel. And that coin move was sick, by the way. I'm going to try and do this now. He's gone. So I feel like I'm not getting this bit right. Like if I'm actually going to do it, it would be that, right? Here. Ah. So good. So good. Thank you, Craig. All right, everybody. You all enjoying this live stream, by the way? I'm reading the comments. It's my first time ever trying it, so everything's new. But let's jump back into the comments and see what I can do for you guys. Create Magic says that David Jonathan loved Snapstack. Yeah, Snapstack. I mean, what more could be said about that? Absolute genius idea and fantastic product. What we got in this chat? Nevio is quite sad. Ekaterina. So much to catch up on, guys. Very nice, Acan. Thank you, aficionado. Hope you guys dug it as well. I know it wasn't. It's not an any card at any number. It's a card at any number. But it's one of those things. It to the layman, there's not a lot of difference. If you're going to try and do a quick, fast, pacey card at any number, it still gets that sort of similar effect for them. Thanks for the tip and the Vanish. It helped. Jan, I keep saying Jan or Jan. Hendrik Mentes. Lloyd, are you still in contact with PH on the roof? I am still. Well, I haven't been in contact with him in the last month or two, but we still chat every now and then on Instagram. If anyone hasn't seen PH on the roof, I seriously think he's the. I want to say, and he's had a few releases in the Magic world, quite a lot of releases, but he's from South Korea. I actually went to South Korea to stay and film and work with him, and I've never met somebody so creative in my entire life. Just the best. Okay, Abraxas. Lloyd, when's your index coming out? I'm dying to get hold of it. Heard so many good things. I keep getting emails about this, actually. So we're just trying to make it perfect. Myself and Javier from Murphy's, we've developed what we think is, and what it seems to be, without all the research we've done, the world's fastest and smallest full 52 card deck index. And it's actually smaller than the thickness of a box of cards, and it sits in skinny jean pockets, and any card can be named, and easily, on average of 3 seconds, you can get it under 3 seconds with no problem, you can get a card in your palm. And we can't find anything that quick for a full deck in one pocket that's actually smaller than the box itself. But we are, I hope, in final phases of production now. I can't say any more than that because I think it's one of those things that's going to be. I've already seen people interested in it. I've already seen people like sort of releasing other indexes, and I feel like they, at some time, maybe our sort of slip of the tongue led to people rushing some out. I don't know. King, okay, I gotta go. You guys had a lot of fun with this. Will this be uploaded as a video? I think it'll be uploaded as a video. It's my first live, so I don't really know. I think it goes up straight away. Neville responded to Craig, but he's gone now. But that's true. But the story of Summit makes sense. He should write it down, and the Sharpie doesn't work because the card is in there. And Ekaterina performed it. She had a performance in a review. Okay, fair play. Magic with Zane. Yo, hey man, how you doing? He says, hey Lloyd. Why, Kevin, look, Dan Harlan's Stash is old, but probably better than Summit. I don't think I've seen Stash by Dan Harlan. Is it one of those tricks that I've seen it, and it's so synonymous that I just didn't know it was his? Happy New Year. Can't find your podcast on YouTube. What is the channel? So Review, his name on here, Review, actually, it's on streaming services like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else that you would stream a podcast. It's not on YouTube. We keep it off YouTube. So just search for The Magic Podcast in like Spotify or Apple Music, or you can go to audioboom.com, type in The Magic Podcast, and it'll show you all the places that it's listed, and then you can just go and listen to it straight away. Okay. Thanks to Craig, latest pal. See you, Craig. Ben was saying bye to Craig. Yeah, we should have kept on top of these comments a little bit. We're kind of running behind. It was great to watch you guys. Lloyd, you still in okay, here I am. Okay, I'm finally getting towards the end of the stream. Lloyd, you sound like a robot. Let me switch my mic back on. Okay, so now that Craig's gone, and we totally winged this sort of interview today because I'm using this software called OBS, and it made it like super difficult to bring somebody in. There we go. Okay, that's better. Bring somebody in to an interview on a live stream. and I'm sure there's a million different ways, but I basically called him from Skype and then screen shared from there. Lance Bowen said, I think I learned that coin vanish from Michael Amar. I think it was called the slide vanish or something along those lines. I've seen another thing like that as well. Not so much the slide, but I've seen this like coin vanish where you move the coin openly like this, or something like you run it around your fingers and then into your hand. Do you know what I mean? It's like almost like a flourish. Like you show them that the coin moves, and because your eyes are watching that coin when it goes into the hand, it does that. But I can't remember where I've seen it. Chris James Magic says grabbed R Digit. It's so good. Did you guys see R Digit, the new app that's out? I don't have it on my phone, but so to spell it, if you're gonna go and search it, it's R and Digit, and it's an iPhone app. Surprisingly good. Spectator opens their phone, opens their calculator, types in, thinks of like a number, any number, and types it in. So if like they thought the number 6, they type in 66666, and you open up your calculator, and off their phone, no apps on their phone, you visually pluck the number off, and then you flick it onto your calculator screen, and it's like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Then you visually pull off the number off their calculator again, and then you like put it on a random spot on your screen. And then you do it again, you pull off another 6, and you put it on your screen again, and you can like shake it so like all the numbers fall down the side of the screen, and then they go back, and then eventually you can end up with I think you can end it where they all eventually at the end of the routine jump back onto the calculator, the spectator's phone, and their phone, obviously it's just their phone, no apps. I didn't think I was going to like it because it's very appy, or it comes across as appy, but there's something organic about it. Craig got me onto it. Craig showed it to me. Very, very good app. So that's R Digit if you haven't seen that. Von de Leon, hey there Lloyd from Doha, Qatar. Man, that's cool. I've been to the airport, but I've never been on a visit there. I'd love to go. Nevio, do you have the Ghost System V2 near you? I do have the Ghost System V2 near me. Huh. I can show you a little demonstration on it super quickly. Let's do the coin thing. Let me see. I have a slightly smaller coin. Let me just grab a coin. Also, I'm looking for a movie to watch tonight, guys. Any recommendations? I'm looking for like a horror style film or a thriller. Me and the wife. She doesn't know it yet. She'll probably want to watch a rom-com, but I'm all about a horror tonight. Oh, I just dropped so many cards. Oh, there's so many interesting gimmicks in here, by the way. This one, there's a video somewhere on my channel using this. I created this about 10 years ago, and it can do so much stuff. Anyway, so this is the Ghost System from Nevio. I have to use a copper coin, and it may not show up as well, but where am I? So I'll switch the webcam angle actually, because this angle is not as good. So you can see the coin here. This coin's got like glue on it or something. Can you see that? Let me turn it over. It's got like some weird glue on it. So watch. The idea would be that you'd like preload a coin like under someone's watch or somewhere else, and then you shake and tell them just to watch as this coin begins to visually start to vanish. You can see. And then you can make it reappear, and so it's just this slow motion fade, and you can do a bunch of stuff with it as well. By like making it look like this card like melts. Let me show you. It looks really ghosty. So it's like it's melting into the box. You can do stuff where like it finds a card and comes back out. So yeah, that's the Ghost System V2. I think that's V2. There may be other ones. Oh, good. You found it on Spotify. Great. This was a great live. Loved the chat with Craig. Thanks, Josh, dude. We'll catch up tomorrow. No, dude, Josh, by the way, tomorrow's a bank holiday in the UK, so I'll catch up with you on Tuesday. Thirsty Juggernaut. Sorry, I'm late. Okay, that was something Danny Goldsmith shared. Yes, Lance, you might be right. That might be a Danny Goldsmith thing, where he moves the coin and then you follow it. I was thinking Eric Chen maybe as well, but I'm not sure. I just bought Cypher Pro. I'm hoping it's good. I don't know what that is. Is it the Peak Pad? Chris James, give me your tips that helped you learn mnemoniker. Also, the last phase of R-Digit, both phone close to home screen, then turn it off. That's the best part. That is the best part, and I bought the things that you need to do that. Tips to learn mnemoniker. Honestly, I lived down that street. I've moved a lot. I've moved to a lot of houses over my life. So I know where like time and dates were. So when I was 21, I lived there on Woodland Avenue. And I got the mnemoniker book. I watched a Blaine performance. There's a performance of Blaine in Cambridge University. Somebody hands him a fresh deck. He opens it, and in front of everyone, shuffled it into mnemoniker, and then just riffed and started jazzing with mnemoniker. And that, for me, I was like, right, finally going to learn it. I got the book. It was early in the morning. It was like 9 a.m. I got a coffee, I sat down at a table, and I spent 3 hours learning it. The three methods that I taught, so like the drawing method, the repetition method, and what was the other thing? The audible method as well, right? And actually, there's a track on YouTube, I think, that will help you with that. And it took me about 3 hours to learn it, and then I just went back and learned, and just sort of kept going over it every now and then to refresh myself. And it's very hard to forget as long as you keep practicing it. But just 3 hours, no distractions, no TV on, sat there, coffee, mnemoniker book, and just followed the instructions in the book. Because I myself often don't, most people probably don't these days, like sit down and learn something the way it's supposed to be. That's the best advice. It's also a really good learning mnemoniker app on the App Store. I'll see if I can find it, which is loads of good fun. Which is called the Moniker Training App or something. Let me see. The Ultimate Moniker Trainer. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Put the screen up. A bit blurry. Go on the App Store. Actually, I can probably just link it in the description below. It's like a fun game. And yeah, I'm gonna link it in the comments for you all. But it's a fun game to help you learn mnemoniker, and that's really, really helpful if you haven't used it. So hope that helps if you haven't. And then the other thing with mnemoniker is just constantly test yourself with it. So like you've seen in that video I did the other day where I was jazzing with mnemoniker about asking Alexa to name cards. I am constantly doing that all the time, just constantly doing it just for fun, and that helps you learn. Thirsty Juggernaut, do you offer mentoring or private lessons? I can offer. I have done. I will do them. Just reach out for a message, and I can see what I can do for you. Can you share an oil and water, please? From Jan Hendrik Menkes. Do you know what, man? I don't have an oil and water that I can share. The ones that I do are mostly other people's. I do have a few ideas for them, but nothing that I've ever set in stone as my own creation that I could be comfortable sharing, as it's not my thing. So I don't. But the one that probably fooled me the most was Joshua J's oil and water. He does this oil and water where he outjogs cards like this at some point, and then they fall. And that was, seeing that live really caught me off guard. So if you I can't teach you obviously, but if you want to see a good one, go and find his oil and water. I think it's fantastic. Abraxas. I'm guessing this is my movie recommendation. 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Fantastic. I've never seen it. Could you explain to me in extreme graphic detail what it's about, please? Nevio, check out the Moniker Trainer by Rick Lax. 2 Girls, 1 Cup, great horror film. The last Michael Myers was okay, but not good. I'm guessing that's Halloween. The new Resident Evil. The new Resident Evil is out. Review. Yes. That's what I want to watch tonight. I can get access to that. Thank the Lord for Fire Sticks from Amazon. The Ghosts in V2 with the cards. Yeah, was the box from Nevio? Yeah, I don't have the cards from here. Sorry, dude. Somewhere. Lance Bowen, that's freaking genius, partner. Thank you very much, dude. Excited to see your index. I designed one myself a couple of months ago. It's a little bigger than a deck of cards, but it's 26 index only from Von de Leon. Yeah, that's the thing. Me and Javier, and I gotta say, like, I had the concept for the structure and the foundations of this index, but Javier was the one that basically, like, I gave him the 4 wheels and the engine, and he went and turned that into a Tesla. You know what I mean? So, oh, there goes Siri right now. But yeah, that's the hard part with indexes, is getting them down to the slimline size and making them practical. Review. What do you do with all the torn signed cards that can no longer be used? I have a drawer full of them, dude. Man, like, well, look, I'm not even gonna like do anything. This is just from this. And my whole office is just scattered with them, like everywhere. So yeah, and I need to like spruce this place up. Beat it to index lady first time. Movies, maybe like Faking a Murderer. Nobody. I've seen Nobody. That's good. Or Upgrade, a bit sci-fi. I think I watched Upgrade and I wasn't a huge fan of it. Stack up. If you have the Maiden back deck, no need to memorize Tamara's stack. It's true, but if you do have a stack deck, then if you have a marked deck and it's in stack, then you basically have superpowers. I don't know if anyone does a lot of mem deck stuff with a marked deck, but I see what you mean. I think you mean, well, yeah, not think you mean, but you can get the code which tells you everything about it, every card before and after and what position it is, so you don't technically need to learn Moniker, but I do like to use stack deck. It's also, you don't become too reliant on not knowing your stack, because it'll catch you out one day and you won't know it. Chernobyl series is amazing. Abraxas, yes it is. That's so good. What are some must-buy gimmicks just starting your vid? And that's from Reese Lee. Some must-buy gimmicks are, I'm trying to think. Must-buy, I'd say like a Scotch and soda gimmick, or a 10p 2p coin gimmick. There's so many powerful tricks you can do with that. These days, app magic is super powerful, and I would buy some good apps out there. Digital Force Bag is a fantastic app. Cognito. There's Wikitep and Mark Herstein obviously is a great app. They're basically modern day gimmicks. I would also buy, what else would I buy for a gimmick right now? I'd get a good wallet. A wallet that you can peek with or load cards into, because you can keep it on you all the time. Doesn't feel so much like a gimmick, and then you can use it to create some really strong things. And also, what other gimmicks would I want to keep on me? Probably some sort of torn or restored card gimmick, but there's a lot out there. So I taught one earlier in this video and on my channel. So if you want to go and get that, learn that gimmick for free and make it yourself, then get it. Mainly I buy things like elastic thread and magic tape and make my own stuff. So it's not so much about buying gimmicks, but it's about being able to teach yourself to make gimmicks, and then you don't have to buy anything and you can make all the good stuff, you know, and you get stuff that other people don't get. What Joshua J teaches his oil and water for free on one of his Instagram lives. So great. Oh wow, yeah. Thirsty Juggernaut, do you still use Picasso Pro at all? I don't use it anymore, purely for the fact that from years ago, I used to work somewhere and I left all that stuff behind a sealed door. I'm super proud of it, and you know, the fact that Craig Philsay gave full permission for us to do it is a real like highlight of like magic career. But I'd rather keep that stuff behind the door. Christians, watch Black Summer, one of the best zombie series out there. Dude, Black Summer is my jam. Or like that's like my perfect zombie series. I'm with you 100% on that. Tom Gibbons, did Peter McKinnon teach you your camera skills? Yes, and if I'm doing bad camera skills, I apologize. But one day we were in New York and we were filming Mark Calabrese or Cody Nottingham or something, and he wanted to go to a coffee shop but was stuck behind the camera. I was like, I'll take over for you, man. So he was like, thank you so much, because he was set to work all day. So he went to his coffee shop, did his thing, came back, and he was like, I'm so thankful. And then like he's like, by the way, I'm going to give you like a masterclass in filming. And it wasn't like a masterclass as in like a frame like that, but basically me, him, and Cal Brees went down to Brooklyn. And he was like, and he just basically spent like the afternoon just teaching me. He's like, look, dude, you don't remember this. You haven't got to do that. This button does this. This button does that. I play with this and I do this. And it was like a 2 hours, 3 hours of him just saying, forget everything you ever learned. This is the way I do it. Stick with this method and you won't go wrong. And it's what I've done ever since. And I've never progressed any further because I just keep doing that stuff. But yeah, Pete did. Any chance to get the ghost card for the phone change? If that's the one off my Instagram, I think that you mean, called... I can't remember what I called it. I think it was something James Bond related. There may be one day. DMC deck by Create Magic. Yes, it's the best marked deck in the world. DMC. If you haven't seen the DMC deck, go and grab it. Review. His camera skills are so good. Pete's the best. Like, Pete's the best. Actually, I FaceTimed with Pete about 2 weeks ago just for a catch up. We haven't spoke for like a year, so we jumped on and we're on for like, I don't know, 2 hours just talking as always, like random crap. The Rain Man deck is an amazing mark deck to be using in Moniker. If Lance Bowen says something is amazing, then it's amazing. I need to check that out. Raphael, I can't pronounce it. Fufa. Would it be possible to fix the Acan glitch in the next update, which happens if the chosen card and the chosen number match? I didn't know that was a glitch. Is that incognito? If that is a glitch, then it's a great glitch to have if somebody names the correct card and number. I'll add something in there which makes it, which lets the magician know that you ain't got to do nothing, because that's the perfect outcome. Hop in half is a great gift to Javier. Hoping he's using it. Yep. Review. Have I got hands on the wallet? I've physically touched the new 1914 wallet. I've played with it. I know how good it is. I don't have one yet. If Dee's watching this, Christmas has been and gone, and I was such a good boy this year. Please help me. Benji M. I'm trying to move from cards. What is there cheap you can recommend, which is powerful, that can be done stand up? Well, mentalism is always good, and I like to do props mentalism as much as I can. And for props mentalism, just go to Peter Turner. He's the king. But I do most of my magic is done without a deck of cards, and it's done all impromptu stuff. So I talk about this a lot. I will go out and I will ask for people to give me things. So hand me like any few objects, and I'll try and perform tricks with it. So if I'm in a bar and someone hands me a straw, I always keep rubber bands on me. And some people look down their nose on rubber band magic. If you do it correctly and you don't frame it to feel like tricky, like making it into a trick sort of thing, it can be the best stuff you do. But I'll do a lot of stuff using borrowed things. So instead of doing like angle 0 with playing cards, if I'm in a bar, then I will set up angle 0 with a beer coaster and place the corner under their beer or somewhere else. So you can do angle 0 with a beer coaster. Or coin stuff where just riffing and loading coins into watches and things is like a lot of my go-to. I like doing... has anyone seen like Liquid Band by Vinnie Marini? I think it's by Vinnie Marini. I get a straw and a rubber band. I don't know if you can see this on the screen. Where's the angle? So you put a straw through a band, and it'll melt through, or you can have it in reverse and have it like pop back through. I do a bunch of stuff like this and like Crazy Man's handcuffs and things. Oh, I mentioned I was going to teach some rubber band things. I'll show you one fun thing which I use mainly only for magicians. So I love this move, this thing. I can never remember the name. Crazy Man's handcuffs, right? I love it, but I hate the move. So I try to create it without the move, and it looks like that. And it's just for this is just a magician trick. I know it's called Crazy Man's handcuffs. I always say to them, I love this. I set it up, right? I say, I love this trick. I actually do Crazy Man's. I say, but I can never remember the name as I do the move. And then they will say to me, oh, Crazy Man's. Like, everyone's so excited that they remember the name. And they say that as I'm resetting it to put it back in position like this. I say, yeah, Crazy Man's. But I hate the move. And what I'm actually doing is I'm not actually threading it the second time round. I hold my hands and move my thumb, which is the convincer that I'm actually doing it. and I act like I'm threading it through like this, but in reality I'm not. It's just not going through. And then I say, yeah, oh, that's it, crazy. I love it, but I just hate the move, and I just do that. I actually made one magician smash a pint glass on the floor once when I showed it to them. So, yeah, it's just a fun thing. So yeah, that's what I would do, like impromptu. I love impromptu magic, and there's I think there's a Greg Wilson DVD set called like On the Spot, like Anywhere Anytime Magic, which is probably the best thing you could ever pick up because it teaches you just magic you can do all the time with borrowed objects. The old TNR from Titanus and Romanos is called Slide. Yes, it is, and it's exceptional. I think it was a Paul Harris release, wasn't it? I had the DMC green deck. Is it worth getting the red one? Yes, 100%. Why Kevin Luck says ABC by Spidey is amazing. Yes, ABC by Spidey is incredible. It just sold out so quick that I don't know when we're going to get any back in stock on any of the shelves in any of the magic shops in the world. But if you can get one, pick up an ABC deck. Green Gaff deck is superb. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing all that. You're very welcome, Benji M. You're very welcome, my friend. And thank you all for tuning in today. I was super nervous about doing this. Very excited, but I didn't know which direction it was going to go. It could have been an absolute car crash. I feel like it's not been the worst. So we'll see. Hopefully we can do it again next week with Craig again. Yes, for example, okay, so Raphael Fufa, I think it's, or Pupa, says, yeah, I think this is in relation to the Cognito question, where if the Spectre in the Acan, where if they name the card and the number, what can happen. So if they say Queen of Hearts and 11, then the post-it note says 11. But now you don't know if the glitch happened or if you have to just shift 11 cards. So instead of a number, another image would be better as to indicate you don't have to shift cards at all. Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, yeah, we'll get something like that in there. We'll make sure that the solution is very practical and very usable. But it's now 6:25 to 7 p.m. in the UK. I am ready to go and cook some food. Thank you all for tuning in, guys. I think that is the end of the chat. Finally, that was the very last comment that came in that I can see at the minute. Thank you all so much. Massive thank you to Craig. Again, guys, there's so much good stuff out there I want you to go and check out. Go and check out Craig Petty Magic TV. Go and check out Abraxas channel. Go and check out David Jonathan's Magic. Thank you for tuning in. Go and check out Mackenzie Soul. You guys are all amazing. You're legends. Thanks for jumping on here. And, Joey Miner. Dang, missed it, Lloyd. Have to go back and rewatch. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I got to go eat some food right now. Lance Bowen, of course, is he's a local Welsh magician. He's fantastically talented, and I'm going to be catching up with him soon. Oh, cool. Raphael Pupa. Thank you for explaining that to me. I hate getting people's names wrong, man. Chris James. Excited that Murphy's is in the app game now. It started out with a home run. Grand Slam. Can't wait to see what's next. Oh, what's coming next is a good one. So that's all I'm going to say. We have to take our 10-week-old granddaughter home, so I have to leave. My apologies, partner. No, it's perfect timing, Lance, because I'm leaving too. Thank you, everyone. You are all rock stars. Nevio, I live in the UK, but I don't, obviously because of Corona, but I've spent a lot of time in the US. Guys, I love you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you on Tuesday for Tutorial Tuesday, and we're back on Thursday for something new, something special, and I'm not going to give anything away. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you all so much.